I just don't understand why it's so normal and accepted to complain so much about something that you signed up for.
People are complaining that why are mothers complaining that their work is difficult. There's a lady that said that why are you mothers complaining that being motherhood is difficult, motherhood is hard? What is it? That she's an hairstylist, and just imagine her complaining all the time. Oh my god, my work is difficult. Will people come to her salon to make hair? Let me show you the clip.
It's so normalized for moms to complain. I respect moms. Okay, I respect moms. I think that it is hard work. I'm not knocking what you guys do by any means. I just don't understand why it's so normal and accepted to complain so much about something that you signed up for.
She's not done. It's gonna get so much better.
My job as a hairstylist, if I complained about it all the time, people wouldn't want to come to me to get their hair done. They would think I'm miserable, and they also probably wouldn't want to become a hairstylist.
My first question, yeah. Do you think motherhood is a job or not? Because I believe if you have a job, you should get paid one way or the other. Is that you're getting paid by time, by money, by fame? You're getting paid by something. Is motherhood really a job or is a scam? Just painted it as if what motherhood is a job. Is it really? Let's have conversation down in the comment section. Hey beautiful people, how are you doing today? Sugar Mara David, and thank you all so much for tuning in another interesting video. So the thing is, do you like when mothers complain about how difficult this motherhood job is, how difficult it is to be a mom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that? Do you like when they complain? Do you think it's okay for them to complain, or do you think they are doing it too much, or they should not complain at all? My own is mothers don't even complain enough. Okay, I feel like if mothers are complaining enough, people will not get pregnant again. I still feel like some people are still lying, some people are still maxing the pain, some people are still maxing the work and try to make it look like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, yeah, but then they are dying inside. I feel like if the ones that are truthful to themselves, if all of them come out and talk about it, people will not get pregnant again, just like that. So even if you want to get pregnant, you get pregnant for a reason, for a genuine reason, for an important reason, not just because you can reproduce. You get pregnant for a genuine reason, for an important reason. So I don't see any problem where mothers are complaining about being a mom. I have your reaction on this video to share with you. Let's watch the videos together, then we'll come back and talk about it.
It's so normalized for moms to complain. I respect moms. Okay, I respect moms. I think that it is hard work. I'm not knocking what you guys do by any means. I just don't understand why it's so normal and accepted to complain so much about something that you signed up for.
She's not done. It's gonna get so much better.
My job as a hairstylist, if I complained about it all the time, people wouldn't want to come to me to get their hair done. They would think I'm miserable, and they also probably wouldn't want to become a hairstylist.
I'm not gonna mince words here when I say that was the dumbest fucking take I've ever heard. Let me explain something to you as a mom of 2 children. Have you ever gotten a job and everybody said great things about it? Like, you only heard positive things about this role. Everybody in your life, everybody on TV, everybody in society. This is the greatest thing you as a woman could ever do with your life. It's so rewarding. It's so fulfilling. You're gonna love it. And then you get in there and you're like, y'all fucking lied to me. Y'all fucking lied to me. Nobody told me that I would be doing all of the childcare. Nobody told me that suddenly my husband would not be participating. Nobody told me that I would be the only one running this house. That I would be the only one doing the mental labor. I would be the only one planning things. I would be the only one in charge of how this fucking household runs. And you're like, And I'm expected to go to work because we can't afford to live on one salary. And then I get to come home and I get to fucking do it all, because statistically that's what happens for the vast majority of women in cishet marriages. Okay? We weren't told the truth, girl. We weren't told the truth. So that's why you see us as complaining when we see it as truth telling. We see it as we finally have a platform and a way to reach other women, other young women, so that we can educate them in the ways we were never educated. We were sold a very rose-colored, rainbows and unicorns role of motherhood that doesn't fucking exist. When we were little girls, the way our mothers mothered and parented doesn't exist today in 2025, okay? Doesn't exist. And now we get to go into it and take the rose-colored glasses off, and we get to share that information with the world. And don't ever liken motherhood to your job as a hairstylist. It is not 24/7. You are not doing the same mental and invisible work, and you are not caring and raising tiny humans around the fucking clock. Hope that helps.
I knew they were lying to me.
Let me explain something to you as a mom of 2 children. Have you ever gotten a job and everybody said great things about it? Like, you only heard positive things about this role. Everybody in your life, everybody on TV, everybody in society. This is the greatest thing you as a woman could ever do with your life. It's so rewarding. It's so fulfilling. You're gonna love it. And then you get in there and you're like, y'all fucking lied to me.
Maybe it was my innate sense of skepticism, but I knew that every woman I asked who had nothing but positive things to say about motherhood was lying to me. And honestly, I don't understand how y'all didn't figure it out. Although it might have something to do with the fact that I've never been a woman that's wanted children. So my opinion of it was kind of like anti to begin with. Like, I never even thought about it until I was dating someone seriously who had to have kids and who couldn't imagine his life without them. If that hadn't happened, I might not have thought about it as seriously. It's something that it never occurred to me to do. And I investigated it when it was like my relationship was on the line. Like, whether or not I was going to be with this person was dependent upon this decision. And I looked at everything. I read books. I asked a bunch of people, like both relatives and non-relatives. And every single time I brought up very basic things like the cost, like the health implications, like the, what do you do during summer vacation? Because all these women were working women. I didn't know any stay-at-home moms. My mom wasn't a stay-at-home mom. No one in my life was a stay-at-home mom. So all the women I asked were women that had careers or at least jobs and raised children. And nobody said anything about those struggles. They all lied. And I think those boomer women, the critically thinking ones, deeply regret the lies or the lies by omission that they told their daughters and nieces and granddaughters or whatever. Because the funny thing was that while our boomer mothers were sort of giving us that rose-colored view of motherhood that she talks about in the video, our grandmothers were pulling us aside at Thanksgiving and whispering to us, never depend on a man, finish school, have your own money. I don't recall my mother ever saying that to me. My grandmother and my father said that to me, but my mother never said it directly. I know she believes that, but it wasn't a message she constantly hammered home. But my dad and his mother said that to me directly, like in so many words, multiple times throughout my life. And my father was also one of the people that saw decades ahead what Republicans in this country were trying to do. Because every single time the news would come on and there'd be some conservative yapping about, protecting women from, the evils of abortion, he would just look at the TV, shake his head and be like, they just want women barefoot and pregnant. They want to go back to a time where women were barefoot and pregnant and couldn't get away. He still says that to this day. And he was absolutely right. He's been saying that since the 80s. something I want to plop in the middle here. They do this on purpose. Anything that society does to women or asks of women has two purposes: to exhaust or distract.
Yeah.
They want you to be so tired from all this labor that you don't have time or energy to participate in the public sphere. Or they want to distract you from important things by telling you, oh, you need to be thinner. Oh, you need to have that skincare product. You need to wear this kind of makeup. Exhaust or distract. Carry on. They want women barefoot and pregnant. That's absolutely true. They just want us all barefoot and pregnant. They want us out of the public sphere. They want to limit our public life as much as possible, because if you are totally excluded and out of the public sphere because you are so bogged down with domestic labor, you don't have time to do things like earn your own money, vote, participate in public life. And public life is where the power is. And they'll try to run this con job on you saying, oh, but no, you're completely in control of running this household. You know, you're the power in this household. Oh, who wears the pants in your marriage? She does. Ha, ha, ha. That is some patronizing shit. Because whatever power you may have in the household doesn't mean shit outside of the household. Because the power is an illusion. When he's the one that's earning all the money, he has all the power. Now, he might not flex that power all the time if he's not a misogynistic prick. And there are ways to legally protect yourself from his abuse of that power. Not completely, but there are ways to, as I'm fond of saying, mitigate the fuckery in that situation. T-shirts are coming. But make no mistake, the money is where the power is. Because we live in a capitalist society. We live in a money-based, a currency-based society. Money allows you to do things like access housing and healthcare and childcare for your kids if you have them. If you don't have money, if you don't control the wealth of your household, you don't matter. And that becomes very apparent to women when it gets to the time when they're divorcing these guys after 20 years of being a stay-at-home mom, and they realize just how little all that labor they did was valued. Absolutely zero. Because they'll talk a good game when they're trying to convince you to do it, like when Republicans are talking about the virtues of marriage and family and blah, 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 and this guy's trying to convince you to marry him, and they'll tell you all sorts of things about, you know, the virtues of motherhood and blah, 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 and how important your role is. But when you get to the divorce, and when it comes to putting a dollar value on that very important work, it doesn't have one. Because mostly women do that work. And the work is not valued because women are not valued.
Most mothers today were not told or were not warned about motherhood. We were told a lot of lies. People lied to us. The mothers lied to us. The ones that are pregnant lied. A lot of lies. Thing is, this motherhood, and having kids and all of that, the way they paint this job is as if you're working as a mom, or you're a mom, so far you're a mom, period. Like, nobody can talk to you anyhow, like you've made it in life. That is how motherhood was painted. They allow women to know that, see, if you get pregnant, you have your own baby, you have one, you have two, forget it, you've made it. That is how they make motherhood looks like, until you get inside the motherhood. That is when we know what you've entered. So there's a way they actually dangle that thing in front of women to be like, oh, even men, both men and women, especially men, they dangle the old motherhood thing in front of women to make them feel like once you're a mom, once you can have your own kids, it's over for everybody. And that is why the ones that are childless, the ones that cannot have their kids due to medical issues, they feel down, they feel worthless, they feel like they can never be important in the society, because they cannot reproduce because of the way they make it look like. So far you can get pregnant, so far you can have children, forget it. You have made it. Until you start having those kids, before you realize the lies that were told to you, before you start saying that they did not tell you everything. In fact, the ones that even decide to open up to talk, they didn't say everything. You all need to see the list of this. They call her the girl with the list. You need to see the list that she have, reason why she's child free, reason why she's not going to consider having kids. You all need to see the list. The list is so much. You need to see the list why she doesn't want to have children. So many reasons, so many things they need to tell women, so many things our parents are supposed to tell us, especially our mom, grandma, friends that are mothers. They will not tell you so many things about pregnancy that you were not told, so many things about giving birth. There was one video I saw yeah, I think yesterday on TikTok, this Nigerian lady was saying that she's going to tell one truth about motherhood. That this she'll start making series of telling truth about motherhood. So the first truth she said was, they tell you that you will forget the pain immediately after childbirth. Like once you give birth, your labor pain, drill, even if it's cesarean section or the other way, you forget the pain. Immediately you see your baby, the pain has disappeared. It's a lie. I don't even know. Like that is so many lies, you guys. How can you forget the pain just because you saw your baby? Some mothers are not even connected to their babies till the baby is like a year. They're not connected. Even the fact that you carry the baby in your tummy, they are not connected to that child. Even when they see the child, they don't want the child. They don't tell you the things you face. They don't tell you the pain you go through to your boobs. They don't tell you so many things. Your body, once you even look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, what is this? All this because of children. And they don't even tell you some will not even tell you that you can lose your child at any given time. You can lose your child at any given. Some parents have lost their child with all the old stress, all the old things they went through pregnancy. They will still lose the child. Anything can happen. People, they did not prepare women for motherhood. They only make it a fancy thing and tell you that once you have a child, once you have children, forget about working, just stay at home and take care of your children. That is the greatest thing you can do as a woman, as a wife. That is why you see some women, once they are pregnant, they resign, they get off work, they don't want to work, they are not stay at home mother. They start having plenty children, start going to do something. They forget themselves because they feel like this particular work, I died here. And you guys, you know that why I asked that, is motherhood a job? Why I asked that question the first time is because what you don't get paid. Mothers don't get paid for their labor. They don't get paid. They don't get acknowledged. They don't get appreciated. If at all you are appreciated by your spouse or your family, anybody, especially your spouse, it's just the bare minimum. Maybe like once in a year, they will just appreciate you. Maybe during Mother's Day. That is if they even celebrate you during Mother's Day. We see videos of Mother's Day that is even the mom that will celebrate themselves on Mother's Day. It's the mom that will cook and clean Mother's Day. It's the mom that will buy herself presents on Mother's Day. They don't see mothers. Once you start giving birth to this man, you are no longer valuable to them. They don't regard you anymore. They don't tell you all of it. They don't tell you all the work, all they don't even tell you that you are putting your life at risk. You're putting your life at risk once you decide to start having children. You have decided that, okay, oh, I want to put my life in danger. I'm about to enter a place that I'll either be alive or I'll be dead. Because I personally believe that once you're pregnant, you've already signed that I can die at any time. Because it's either you come out of your pregnancy alive or you come out of it dead. So many people come out of it. So many people don't even come out of it alive. They pass on from there because of giving birth, because of just they want to be a mom. They will not tell you all these things. They will not tell you that there's possibility whereby you will give birth to your child and your child is going to be an imbecile. They won't tell you that you can give birth to a blind child and you have to be there for that child till whenever. Nobody's going to tell you the work you're going to go through. That's why you see when some mothers are going through some things, they hold on to it. They can't even explain and talk about it. And some people are angry at women coming out to talk about their pain. Why should you be pained that a woman is talking about her pain? We are not allowed to talk about how painful, how tiring, how exhausting it is to be a mom. And you see a mom coming out to talk about it and you are pained. You are comparing motherhood to hairstylist, hairdressing. I get it. Making hair is stressful because your back is going to pain you, your legs are going to pain you, your hands will pain you, you'll get a lot of insults. I get it. But you have your closing time. You don't work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't just wake up in the midnight and you work. In fact, you have the time, you go to your store. If you're doing it at home, you have time, you give your clients. Today, if you're not feeling fine, you be like, client, I'm going to cancel. You get paid for your job. Mothers don't have time and tell you, okay, today I'm sick. Okay, I have sick leave. Or I'm going to take 2 weeks break for myself. There is no break. There is no night shift. There is no morning shift. There is no break. There is no sick leave. There is no leave at all. You can wake up in the middle of the night and still do your job as a mom. And you know the funniest part? You don't get paid. Most moms don't, in fact, moms don't get paid. They don't get paid for their labor. They feel like it's a normal thing for you to do. So stay. A man will stay with a woman even though he does not love that woman anymore, or even though he knows that he's not happy in that marriage. He will stay with her just because she is doing free labor for him. And what's the free labor? Nanny, cleaning, cooking, and all of that. Because he knows that once she goes, he's going to pay enough money for those things to get done. They will take you as their nanny, free nanny, to take care of their children for them. This, do you know how much nanny collects? Like, do you know how much they charge per hour? Do you know how much it takes to clean? Do you know how much chef and cooks collect? But you're doing it for free just because. You get drained, you get exhausted, that you cannot even express yourself. Even your partner must not even know that you're tired. Your partner must not come back home and you are lying down tired and not doing what you're supposed to do. There's problem. And I don't get it why some people are angry at people that come out to talk about how tiring the work or how stressful it is to be a mom. I don't see a problem with it, to be honest. If you find a problem with it, I don't know. But me, I don't see a problem. I feel like people are not even talking enough. I feel like there are a lot of women that are still keeping quiet. I feel like some women are not still truthful to themselves. Sometimes when you ask some women that have children some deep questions, they'll tell you, I wish I never had so many children. I wish I stopped at number one. I wish I didn't even try at all. I wish I didn't have these children because I feel like my life would have been in so place. If we ask them some questions, they will tell you, if I'd not had children at this age, this is not where they will tell you what they've been through. They will tell you how tiring, exhausted it is for them to get pregnant back to back. They will tell you the pain they went through. That same pain they tell you you forget, they don't forget it. They will explain the pain to you step by step, gradual by gradual. But then women are taught to mask it. Put on a smiling face. Don't tell people. Another thing is, some people will not tell you because they want you to also be like them. And that's why they call it mystery like company. They want you to be like them. They want you to act like them. They want, when you get pregnant or when you are facing the motherhood thing and they come and tell you, oh, that's how it is, oh, that's how it is, oh. They want you to also experience it because they were not told. So beware. When you ask some people and they tell you all good things about it, look at their facial expression. One way or the other, you can tell that they're lying. You can tell, you can see it. I feel like you can tell one way or the other. Anyways, is motherhood a job? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you think that mothers that are going through hard time should keep quiet and not talk about it on social media or talk about it outside social media because it's not that deep, you're just being a mom? What is your take about this conversation down in the comment section? Check out Maya David, and thank you all so much for tuning in another interesting video, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.